Hi, my name's Debs from Core Art Journaling. I'm a mental health and wellbeing creative practitioner and artist based in Winchester Hampshire.
1, 2, 3. One, two, three. I wanna be free. Free like a bird in a tree.
So the best thing to do is to buy a book. You can get them from car boot sales, or maybe your family have got a load of books on their shelves that they don't use. They're the kind of books that come with sleeves, so you take off the sleeve and you'll find that it's just this hardback. But when you're looking at the book, you want to make sure that it has got it's like got signatures in it. It's been sewn in rather than glued in, because you're going to be tearing pages out. So as you can see here, each section has actually got a signature, and if you look in the middle, it's actually sewn in here. So it's got thread where it's been sewn in. So the idea is to find yourself a book, preferably a larger one, because we're going to be working in it to create images and things. So if you got, unless you want to work really small, but so the idea is to tear the pages out, because as we build our art journal, it will get thicker and thicker, and if we keep all the pages in, then it just becomes too big. So we tear out sections or signatures like this. Hold on to those bits that you tear out, because I found that you'll find some really nice images in there, and the idea is to go through those and cut out and store in your stash. So once you've torn all your bits of paper or your signatures out, you'll end up with a sort of half-size book that you can start to work in. This is just one that I am working on at the moment. I'm showing it to you because when we prepare the books, which I'll show you how to do in a video, I tend to work on a lot of pages at the same time. So for example, these are pages that I have worked on, but I've also this one's finished, this one's finished. I've painted this one here. You can see this is where I've torn it out, and I've also started working on other pages. I haven't necessarily finished this page. I've prepped this page with some paint that I had left over. That's always a really good thing to do. I'm still working on this page, and I'm writing on this page. I'm doing some free flows, prepped these pages. This page has actually got some bits of work in it. I've left some of the images that were underneath when I bought the book, and I've also prepped some of my pages in black. doesn't always have to be white. I've also maybe stuck in bits of paper, not necessarily just painting over, so to cover up. And this is a page that I use up leftover bits of print, and then you can see that I haven't actually done anything with these pages. I need to paint them white, and I'll work on back pages. A really good idea is to put a pocket in the back of your page. So quite often you find images that you like that you haven't used, you don't know where you want to use them, but if you store them in the back of your page, like here, then you might come to use them, and it's quite a good place just to keep things and come back to. So this is the beginning, this is my altered book, which I just wanted to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to prepare an altered book, which an altered book is a book that you can buy from a flea market, a car boot sale. They're hardback. It's best to get them to be hardback so that they're more durable. And they also have to be, the binding has to be sewn in signatures, because when you get your book, you buy your book, you can get them for like 50p if you're clever about it and just buy a load of them. It doesn't really matter what's in the book. I think the most important thing is that it's hard, and because you're going to be using this book over a long period of time, and it has to be durable. And also the size of the book's really important. Don't go for a little tiny one. You want to get one that's slightly big enough, because you're going to be putting images into it. So there's no point having something teeny tiny unless you want to work teeny tiny, that is. So I bought my book. In fact, I was very lucky. My mum gave me this because I asked her to have a clear out. It was a book on wedding flowers. It doesn't matter what's in the book. It's actually quite interesting to sort of use what's in the book afterwards, but that's something that we'll go through at a later stage. So now I have just kind of made sure that I've got all my pages put down, and in order to make the book more durable, because you're going to be putting collage and you're going to be putting paint, and it's going to have some heavy duty stuff on it, you have to gesso the book, gesso the pages. And gesso is basically white acrylic paint. You don't need to buy expensive stuff. This is System 3. I got this God, I was really lucky. An art shop was closing down, so I got a whole load of stuff. I went in and spent a fortune, but a whole load of stuff at half price. You can buy student acrylic primer. This is just a base, and the idea is to cover up your pages. So get yourself a decent big brush, because you don't want to be spending hours doing it with a teeny tiny brush and wasting loads of time. Get yourself a big brush and just start to cover the pages. I've probably got a little bit too much water on here, to be fair. So the idea is to let's get an old rag. I've got loads of these. And just start covering up the pages with primer. Gesso primer you can just buy online or from an art shop. It shouldn't be too expensive. A big nice vat like this goes a long way. And the idea is to cover up the images, because you're going to be starting to create your own images, which is the exciting bit. But it's quite therapeutic doing this. You have to have a bit of patience, because obviously the whole book has to be done. And you have to wait for it to dry, which is where the patience comes in, and which is why what I've done, maybe putting a little bit too much water on it, is going to take a bit of time. But some people like to go right to the edge, and some people like to leave a border. It doesn't matter. I suppose this sort of follows the line with art journaling, that there are no rules. This is yours. You do what you want. There's maybe a few technical things that will help you in the process, but I don't think naturally how you want to do it, if you want to go to the edge or not, it doesn't matter. I actually personally like to go right to the edge. It's just the way it is. I don't think there's any particular reason why. I think just, yeah, because I kind of am making it my book, I think. That's the thing. So I've just done a double page spread, and because it takes time to dry, what I really like to do is I tend to work on quite a few at the same time, because I've got to wait for that to dry. So this is another book which I bought. Again, it wasn't an expensive book. It was from the car boot sale in Winchester. It wasn't a very interesting book, actually. I think it was about antiques, but there are some bits and bobs in there that are quite interesting. But so I've slowly worked my way through all these pages, as you can see. It's taken me a bit of time, but as I said, I kind of have a few on the go at the same time. So while I'm waiting for that one to dry that I've just prepared, I'm going to do another page. This is probably not anything very interesting on this page. I kind of like that, and I might keep some of it. So I'm going to just show you just for the sake of, so you can see the technique. So I will cover all this up because I'm not interested in this at all. And as you can see, it's not really thickly, heavily covered up. You can put a bit more on. You know, sometimes you use, as I said, what's coming through can become part of your new story that you start art journaling. But this is kind of nice, but I don't want it to dominate everything. So I might just push it back a little bit, maybe just thin it out. When I show you further down the line some more techniques, there are ways of bringing back what's underneath by using certain materials, which is kind of the exciting bit as well. So that is me just prepping a couple of pages. It's water-based, so it's going to dry quite quickly, but you've still got to wait for it to dry. And I suppose it just all it matters is how much space you've got, so you can just keep quite a few going at the same time. But what I'll do is I will just leave that, put that back on for another day, and then wait for my altered book to dry, and then I can get on and do some art journaling. Thank you very much.